How many of you heard of the Norwegian rocket incident, also known as the Black Brant scare? On January the 25th, 1995, a team of Norwegian and American scientists launched a Black Brant 12 four-stage research rocket from the Andøya rocket range off of the western coast of Norway. It carried scientific equipment to study the aurora borealis over a place called Svalbard, and it flew on a high northbound trajectory which included an air corridor that stretches from Minuteman III nuclear missile silos in North Dakota all the way to Moscow. Eventually, the rocket reached an altitude of 903 miles, which resembled a US Navy submarine-launched Trident missile. And the Russians, they mistook this for a high-altitude nuclear strike, which could have blinded Russian radar. So their nuclear forces went on high alert. And the Russian nuclear briefcase was taken to the president at the time, Boris Yeltsin, who had to decide whether to launch a retaliatory nuclear strike against the United States, where he activated his nuclear keys for the first time. No warning was issued to the Russian populace of any incident, and it was reported in the news a week after. As a result of the high alert, submarine commanders were ordered to go into a state of combat readiness and prepare for the retaliation. But soon afterwards, Russian observers were able to determine that the rocket was moving away from Russian airspace. It was no longer a threat. And as planned, the rocket fell to Earth 24 minutes after it had been launched, in an area called Spitsbergen, an island in northern Norway. The observers determined there was no nuclear attack, and so no retaliation was ordered. Unlike the Cuban Missile Crisis, where there was a lot of build-up over time, this one happened very quickly, and it happened at a time where Russian military officials were still very suspicious of the US and NATO. And the final fact I'm going to leave with you, this rocket incident is the one and only time where any nuclear-armed state has had its nuclear briefcase activated and prepared for launching an attack.